All right, guys, we got this. Let's go. Gun wide trip sweep. Pros X go. On one. On one. Ready?
Ready.
What's up guys, it's Pihcam with HuddleGG, and in today's video I'm going to be going over how we can attack the cover 0 meta blitz with some back shoulder fades to our slot receivers. Okay, we are going to be utilizing the freeform passing mechanic that was added into this year, so for those of you that don't have it already equipped, you do need to go into your game options, under settings, and then under skill based passing you have three options. You have placement and accuracy, and you have classic. Okay, we can't be on classic. We can be on either of the other two. I personally am on placement and accuracy, and then the max distance and reticle speed is something you want to play around with in practice mode and see what you're most comfortable with. I like far and 9 out of 20, but again, you do want to go into practice mode and see what settings there you are most comfortable with. Okay, so like I said, we're going to be attacking the cover 0 meta today. So your spinner at $1, your double loop at a nickel 3-3, and we're going to be doing it by attacking the seams with some back shoulder throws. Okay, so a play that I really like is this hitch seam play out of the spread Y slot in the Cardinals playbook. There are a lot of these hitch seam plays across different 2x2 spread sets in the game. And again, you don't even need this particular play. I just like how it's already set up for me for the most part. And the reason I like it is we have a streak. Now I do like to streak the tight end rather than having that inside streak down the middle. So I will streak the right of screen slot. But I like that the outside guys are on hitches already, so they are out of the way of the seam, right? So we're trying to isolate the slot receivers on each side. Okay, so if you look to the left, if Mike Evans wasn't already on the hitch, we could put him on a smoke screen, or we could put him on a quick out route. We just don't want to put him anything going to the middle of the field, because then that slot streak route is not being isolated the way that we want it to. Okay, so again, we want to make sure that we have a streak on each side. That's why I like this spread formation so much. It allows us to attack left or right, depending on what coverage the opponent is showing us here, right? So what we want is we want to be throwing it away from a press, right? So here, neither slot's pressed, so we can pick each side. If they were pressed, right, that's why I like the double slots, because on the right, they can't press unless they would manually drag the safety up. If they do that, we have to look elsewhere, okay? So again, if they are in something stock like this though, a cover 0 blitz, where they're playing off coverage, you will see this a lot right now in Madden, we're going to target either of the slots, okay? I'm going to go to the left slot here with Julio Jones, and what we want to do is we want to pay attention to the defender guarding him, and as soon as he turns his hips and we see the number on the back of his jersey, we're going to freeform pass this away from the defender, catch it with aggressive catch, and get up the field. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like. And you can see there, we're able to take this for an easy touchdown, right? Now this is something that the opponent can't click on and make a pick if you're making this throw correctly. So again, we're looking at that slot defender, right, over Julio. Right when we see him turn his hips, you see how we see the back of his jersey now and we see that number 8? We can throw this pass lead away with the free form. We aggressive catch it, and you can see here at the catch point, we have a good 2.5 yards of separation. We won't take this for a touchdown every time, but you can see how easy it is if we can make that one-man miss to take it to the end zone, right? So now, like I said, we can throw this either way. So let's say they are pressed in this look, right? We don't want to go to the left now, so we're going to look to the right to Kyle Rudolph. Okay, we're doing the same exact thing with him. As soon as we see his defender turn his hips and we see the jersey number on the back, then we make this pass lead away. We go catch that with Y. You can see we're able to break the tackle there, and we take it in for another touchdown with our tight end. Now, you can see sometimes you don't get as much separation with the tight end, simply because he's not as fast and agile, right? But you can see we still are able to go high point this ball. At this point, they can't make a play on the ball, right? They can't pick it. The best they can do is hit your legs, and sometimes you will get an incompletion here if they do get a knockout animation, but they're not going to pick it. They're not going to be able to make a play on the ball itself, okay? Now, one thing I do want to mention, if they are shaded to the outside, we don't want to throw this, okay? So if you notice you put your streaks out on the field and those DBs over the streaks are shaded to the outside of it, we don't want to throw it, because if you do, and we get sacked there. But when you throw this, you're not able to make the throw just because of where the DB is placed, right? So if we try to throw this, you see there, that's what happens if they're shaded to the outside, right? So we don't want to do that. Again, let's go and look at spinner really quickly, because like I said, you can run this against a lot of the meta cover zero blitzes. So if they are in spinner and we come out on our same play, a lot of times they'll press here. But if you look, the people who are blitzing are the slot corners, so the guys manned up on our slots are actually the safeties. So this is exactly what we want, right? So we wait for him to turn his hips, we go and catch that, we get a nice 20-yard gain. Again, if we make him miss, we can take it for an easy touchdown. But you can see how consistent this can be anytime your opponent is playing off-man coverage. Again, if they're not shaded to the outside, we're going to throw this back shoulder fade down the seam every single time.